Hello, family. This is Dr. Rivers with Chestnut Street Speakers. Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for tuning in once again. I just want to remind you also that we're in our new location right now. We're at 1350 West 5th Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, Suite 124. That's 1350 West 5th Avenue, Suite 124, with customized behavioral health care, trying to bless as many people as we possibly can. Once again, our theme is creating bridges to success. So we're out here trying to help as many families as we can. We accept Medicaid as well as most private insurance panels. So if you're in need of a therapist, give us a call at 614-664-3175. Once again, 614-664-3175. Today, I really want to talk about anger. That's the topic I want to talk about today. It's anger. And I want to really talk to the men about anger. You know, I know that women also deal with anger, but I want to particular to speak with the men today. So if you're a woman, and once again, you want to, stay tuned. Don't tick me off with this, but I want to talk about anger because I think anger is absolutely one of the misunderstood emotions. I know the way I grew up, it was much more comfortable and it was actually much more welcoming for us to express ourselves in anger. In fact, if you was a guy and you began to cry or you saw any type of weakness like that, that was something that wasn't really welcome in my neighborhood or really in my home. So when you think about it, it was like we were almost conditioned to be able to express ourselves in anger. We're more able to say, hey, I'm mad about something than to say that I'm hurt about something. But it was a gentleman that I read that really helped me understand anger in a very different perspective. This is Dr. Steve Stosny. Dr. Steve Stosny. That's his name is spelled Stosny. Stosny. And go to compassionpower.com, and check him out. But he talks about things that cause anger. And one of the things he talks about is that anger is a painkiller for hurt feelings. Anger is a painkiller for hurt feelings. Think about that. If you feel hurt about something, anger helps you stop feeling that emotional pain. That's why I believe that a lot of us are walking around wounded and hurt from things that have happened in our past, but anger helps almost kind of like one of those snow globes. Anger protects our hurt. Anger is in fact a defense mechanism built into our bodies. It's a defense mechanism built into our bodies. The hurt feelings, it's a couple of different hurt feelings that we talk about our core hurts when we talk about hurt feelings. And one of the hurt feelings that Dr. Stosny talks about is disregard. When we feel disregarded, we don't tend to say, hey, I'm upset because I feel you disregarded me. You made me feel disregarded, but I feel hurt about that. We don't tend to say that. We tend to get angry about that. Unimportant is another one of those feelings. When we feel unimportant, somehow it can be sometimes family, it can be our boss, it can be sometimes our spouses, it can be a number of different things that may make us feel unimportant. But when we feel that way, anger tends to help ease that pain, and we know that when it eases that pain, it creates other problems for us, but it kind of helps eases that pain in a particular way. Another way is accused, whether you feel guilty or not guilty, but you feel accused, and anger can also come and help kind of soothe that feeling of anger and feeling accused, and we can kind of make us feel like, okay, we don't want to let that person know that we felt accused, but we're okay with letting that person know that we're angry about something. Another big one is feeling devalued. When we feel devalued, us again, we don't, as females and men especially, if you're African American, if you're black, then that's another one of those things where we don't like feeling devalued by anything, and we tend to. That's like a one of our soft spots that within our culture that we feel devalued. It is something that just it can bring out a lot of feelings about past things if we feel devalued. And feeling devalued, especially in relationships, can cause a lot of pain. And a lot of those feelings that your spouse may not have a clue why you're so angry about something, but it's those feelings of feeling devalued that people in your past may have made you feel devalued. So that argument that you're talking about now could be about an argument or a conversation you should have had years ago with another person, but you're arguing with your spouse about something that has made you feel devalued, that it's really not about that particular topic. The other thing is feeling rejected is another feeling, feelings of rejection. Feelings of rejection is a major feeling that is protected by anger. It's when we feel rejected, that should be a deep type of feeling, and it makes us, it takes us to a place that we don't want to go, so anger kind of helps bridge that for us. Another one is feeling powerless. When we feel powerless, that's another one of those situations that can make us feel like we just have no control over anything. So when we tend to feel powerless, we tend to want to cover that up because nobody wants to feel powerless. And most people, I would say, don't want to feel powerless. So as guys, when we tend to feel powerless, we don't want to communicate we feel powerless. So we tend to communicate it in anger because that anger helps protects our ego. That ego. I'm not necessarily, I wish I had more time to go into how deep and how the ego the male ego can get us in trouble. But in this context, anger helps protect that feeling of powerlessness. And the last thing, and one of the deepest things, is when we feel unlovable. When we feel unlovable. A lot of guys, I believe, are walking around feeling unlovable, but we think they're angry, but they're really feeling unlovable. It's funny how for a lot of us, our mothers and our grandmothers are some of the most cherishable and closest people we have in our lives, because our moms and our grandmothers are the ones that made us feel the most loved. And this is why we hold those people so close to our heart. But for some of us, I know that those individuals aren't here, and we're walking around wounded, feeling unlovable, but we don't want to say we feel unlovable, but we're comfortable with saying we're angry, we're ticked off about something. So just to go through these feelings once again, these core hurts that Dr. Stosley will label them as core hurts is, number 1, feeling disregarded. Number 2, feeling unimportant. Number 3, feeling accused. Number 4, feeling devalued. Number 5, feeling rejected. Number 6, feeling powerless. And the last one is feeling unlovable. Hey, this is Dr. Rivers, and wanted to once again just take a time out for a second to talk to you guys about anger. And this is from Dr. Steve Stosley. Check him out and CompassionPower.com, Dr. Steve Stosley. He has a great understanding of what anger is, and like a lot of stuff that he's talking about, but check him out for sure. He has a thing he calls heals that kind of help work through anger. So get his book, check out his website, and I think you'll learn a lot. Till next time.
Chestnut Street.